I don't think I've done an introduction in some of my more recent videos, but my name is Kimmy. I am just following what I believe God is leading me to do in making these videos and helping people realize their full potential and actually live their life, to get out of survival mode, get out of just getting by, just making it, and really starting to live and enjoy your life. Honestly, I feel like these videos are a little bit, they're like a lot for me. Like, I'm really speaking to myself, but I'm hoping that someone else is touched by these words too. But I'm really touching on what I need to hear, as well as what I hope is able to answer a question or fill a void that you may be feeling or having in your life. So I really hope that they're helpful and that these words are helpful. But today, what I find so common is that this time of year, so like January or at the close of the year, you see a lot of people talking about vision boards, talking about goals, talking about, setting these milestones that you want to hit for the upcoming year. And I know for a fact, because I know this about myself, I know for a fact that there are people who have the same thing on their vision boards year after year after year. And I'm telling you, the reason that it doesn't come to pass, the reason that it doesn't come to you, the reason that the things that you put on your vision board wind up being on there again and again and again is because you don't actually believe that you deserve those things. You don't actually believe that you're somebody who's worthy of even having those things. And so you put them on your vision board and you know that you want them. Like, the desire is there, obviously, but for some reason you can't just bring it to fruition and reality into your life. But I'm here to let you know that you absolutely can. And I know that this is for me, and I know that it's for a lot of you out there as well. But God is calling us to action. Like, God is telling us to move. He is telling us to put ourselves into gear and get going. I'm not sure what God has called you to do. I'm not sure what is on your heart, whether it be a hobby, whether it be, I don't know. I don't know what it can be, but it's time for us to move. I know for me, I'm always praying. I'm like praying for the same things, praying for the same things. And this is how God talks to me, but he's just kind of like, okay, girl, like, stop praying for it and actually start doing. Like, give me something to work with. Give me some ingredients. Like, give me something to actually make a miracle. Like, you have to get moving in order for God to actually show up a miracle in your life. Like, he can't just work with nothing. So yeah, we got to get going, but a part of that is actually believing that you can achieve it. Because if you don't even think you're worthy, if you don't even think you're deserving, then all of those affirmations, all of the meditations, everything that you're doing is just kind of, it's falling on flat soil. Like, it's falling on cement. Like, none of that is going to take root if you don't even think that you can have it. There was a couple of years ago in my life that I had I had been praying a lot for increase in my finances. I had been praying for more money, more money, more money. And I got to a point where I was making a lot of money. I was in like my mid 20s and I was making a lot of money. And at that point in time, I had never made that amount of money in my life. And I was like, whoa, I can't have this money. Like, this is not for me. Like, this salary is not mine. And I was even going to the point where I wanted to go to my boss at that time and tell them, hey, you gotta take this raise back. You gotta take some of this money back because you can't pay me this much money. I don't deserve this much money. I can't have this much money. Like, how insane is that? Like, how crazy is that for me to even think like that? But that's like the terrible mindset that I had. And those were the terrible thoughts and thought patterns that I had about myself, that this certain, and y'all, it wasn't even a crazy amount of money. It was a lot of money, but it wasn't like, whoa, it wasn't like life-changing money. But Kimmy at that point thought that I was not even deserving of that much money. And so I felt so strange having it that I thought I needed to go and tell these people to take it back. Why would I ever want to tell somebody to take money back? Like, that is, I'm so glad that I'm not that person anymore. I'm so glad that I'm not that version of myself anymore. I don't ever want to go back to being that version of myself. But I know that there are people out there that feel like that. You know, you get so close to having what you want, and you get so close to having what you've been praying for. It's kind of like, oh, wait a minute. Like, this is too crazy. Like, this is not for me. And I think I touched on this in my last video, but all of that is ego. It's just your ego. Your ego wants to keep you comfortable. Your ego wants to keep you in exactly what's familiar, what you know, because that's quote unquote safe. Because you're familiar with it. You know exactly what to expect. You know exactly the reactions to expect, the exact words and outcomes. You know what's going to happen. And ego doesn't like scary. Ego doesn't like new. Ego doesn't like challenging or fresh. But that's where the growth happens. Like, you have to be challenged in order to grow. You have to challenge your muscles in order to get stronger. And you have to have challenges in your life in order to grow to that next level. So yeah, you can't let ego win time and time again, because you're going to stay in that same exact place, in that same exact familiar setting. And back to what I said at the beginning, you're going to have those same goals on your vision board. You're going to have those same goals on your list. You're going to be praying for those same items year after year, month after month, because you're not even changing the way that you move. You're not changing the way that you act. You're not changing the way that you think. And you have to change all of that, and you have to jump out into what's unfamiliar, even though it's so scary. And even getting your desires sometimes can be really scary. Like I mentioned, with me actually getting that amount of money, that was scary for me, which sounds crazy, but it really was. Now, I'm definitely not there anymore. I never turn down money. And I would never tell somebody, you know, they need to take back something that I had earned. But yeah, it's time for us to move, and we got to move out into what's scary. We have to move out into what is causing fear, because there's no growth where there is fear. And we can't be moved by fear at all. Like, I'm not sure any other way to say this. Like, I know it's gonna be scary, and I know it's going to be different, but that's where life is. Like, that's where the living is. And I truly and fully believe that we are spiritual beings who came here to earth to have a human experience, and that's part of our human experience is getting out there in the scary and actually having faith in God that He's got us either way. So I really want to encourage you. Something that really helped me along the way in many areas of life is figuring out a mantra to tell myself when I'm really scared, right? So sometimes when my ego would try to get the better of me and try to keep me in that same cycle, keep me in that same space, I would just talk to my ego. And I encourage you to just talk to yours as well. I would just say something like, hey, I hear you and I understand what's going on. I know that you're only trying to keep me safe. I know that. But at this point in time, I'm moving to the next level. And don't say try. Don't say I'm working on it. No, you're not trying. You're not working on it. You're doing it. So tell your ego, thank you so much for wanting to keep me safe, but I am moving to the next level. I'm headed to the next level. I'm already on my path to the next level. and I can't move in fear. So thank you for wanting to keep me safe, but I'm moving on. I'm going to something else. And the more you tell yourself that, that will become the norm. That will become your new thought pattern. And that will be where you start to live. That'll be where you really start to live and enjoy life. And you'll find that it'll become so easy, because what I just did sounds utterly ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. I know it sounds weird. I know it sounds woo-woo. I know it sounds stupid. I get that. I totally understand that. But the good part about it is that you don't have to stand up on a stage and do it. You can do it in your mind. You can whisper it to yourself. You can record it on your phone and just have it ready to play back to yourself all the time. There are so many different avenues that you can take for repeating that to yourself and getting that in the cycle of your mind. And it's going to come up frequently, so you want to have it at the ready. You don't want to be thinking about it for when those thoughts of fear come up. You want to have it ready to go. So telling your ego what you are doing, not what you're going to do, not what you're trying to do, not what you're working on. This is what I'm doing. Like, be very confident about it in telling your ego that. The other thing is to understand that, like I said at the beginning, you've got to give God something to work with. You got to give him something. So you do what you can do, and God will do what you cannot do. So give God something, like give him something to work with. And once you start giving God something to work with, talk to God as well. Say, hey, God, I'm doing this and this and this, and this is all that I can do. I am doing my best. I am doing everything that I can do. Please meet me where I am. Meet me where I cannot go on. This is where I need you. And God hears you. Even sometimes when it feels like he doesn't, I fully understand that, but God hears you 100%. I know it's so scary. I really do. But the way that I feel it, and I know that there's other people out there that feel it too, this place in time, this specific place in time is so fertile and it's so inspirational. I don't know what it is about it. It's like something has shifted in the atmosphere, something has shifted in the solar system. I don't know. But there's something about this current place in time that is so inspiring, that things are moving. God is moving. Like, now is the time. This is the year. Even if the things on your vision board do not come to fruition in this year, you are planting the correct seed, and you are tending to your soil, the soil of your mind, to plant those seeds to where it is going to happen for you so fast, honestly, you won't even believe it. Seriously, like, come back to this video and leave a comment and let me know. But I can feel it in the air. I don't know where this certain shift has come from. Even for myself, y'all, I made this YouTube channel years and years and years ago, and I've never felt the urge to post on it like I do now. And I've never felt the pull to tell my story the way I do now. And I know that other people have to be feeling this as well. Like, it literally cannot just be me. So yeah, I think those were the points that I really wanted to hit on right now, is just that you have to know that you're worthy. Like, the fact that the desires that you keep putting on your vision board are even coming to your mind is because it's because it already exists for you. It's already yours. You know, you're not asking for it to come into your life because it's already yours. That's why you have the desire for it. There's a version of you that's already living that life. There's a version of you that is already living everything that you want to happen in your life. You just have to shift into that version of yourself and honestly just welcome it in. You have to tune out all of those voices that have planted those negative seeds in your mind. I don't care if you're 15 years old, 25, 45, 65. It doesn't matter how long it's been planted in your mind. Those negative false voices, those negative false limiting beliefs, you have to change them. And you have the power to change them, which is so, so beautiful. But you have to change those thoughts and know that you are worthy. You are more than deserving of that life because it's already yours. It already exists for you. There's no separation between you and what you want. The only separation are the limits that are in your mind. And I can't believe that it's even taken me this long to realize this, but I know that there are so many of you out there that are awakening to these ideas, because otherwise I wouldn't even want to make these videos, right? Otherwise these videos wouldn't even appear for you, because the way technology works, we all know how technology works, right? These days. So you have to be talking about it. You have to be reading about it. You have to be searching about it for this to be coming up for you. So it's here for you. Like, I really want you all to believe in yourselves and to believe in your desires, because it's for you and it's out there for you. It's already yours. Like, I don't know any other way to put it, but it's already yours. So I really encourage you to speak to your ego and change the way that you react, change the way that you speak to yourself. And I also encourage you to put action behind your visions. Get to work, start doing what you can do here on earth, here in the natural world, and God will take care of everything that you cannot do. You have to have that faith and you have to have that trust. And also, please just know again that you are worthy. You are deserving of the life you desire. You are deserving of whatever you are putting on your vision board. It can be yours, and it is yours. It's already yours. Like, you just have to believe that and know that you're worthy. I would love, guys, I would love if you would comment on this video, comment on any of my previous videos. I see, here I am saying I'm wanting to. No, I am making more videos to come on this topic and some related topics. I am making more videos on my story and how I came to this life that I have, and this knowing, this faith and this trust in God, and everything that I'm wanting to share with you. So I would love if you would comment, just share anything with me. Honestly, share something that you're comfortable sharing from your vision board, something that you are going to start putting into action. If you need help with rewiring your thought patterns, if you need help with what you want to say to your ego, just let me know in the comments, and we can start a conversation and get that going for you, because I know that it's going to happen for you. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel it. And the feeling is so strong, and it's real. It is very, very real. And it's coming to all of us now. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and please tune in to all the videos to come. And I'm so excited for you. I can't wait for this journey for all of us. Yeah.